Kick on.
We are live.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. I have Cindy as well as Susan here with me today.
We're busy right now because we're kind of hearing crickets at the moment. We're trying to keep the office busy, the crew's busy. I don't know if any.
Yeah, that wasn't me. Just to throw it out there, the brains behind Wholesale Fencing, his name is Adam Butts, and it's great. If and when you need to get your fence materials, we sell them nationwide, all different varieties, and that's the only plug I'll throw in there.
I think it's gonna dumb our generation up a little bit, though. I'm nervous that after a while, nobody's gonna be writing their own emails. They're just gonna be They're gonna be typing in, tell Susan, I think she smells funny.
Yeah. He asked me about it too. He said, "What's Susan's mom's name?" And I said, "Toby." And he was like, "She requested me." And I said, "Accept it. Duh, we love mom."
And we started doing meetings in the morning. And we have designated, I don't know if you guys have how you do your teams.
International BNIs.
BNI.
Yeah, they should be in every city.
Yeah.
Y con eso, hablando de eso, es qué difícil es cuando una persona entra a trabajar a un lugar que nada más hablan en inglés, ¿verdad?
I love the challenge. I love learning new stuff every day. And I feel like if I had to choose to do that on my own, I don't know that I would.
I like that.
I will tell you, my husband and I, we just got into the digital world this last, in 2023. We were still handwriting, all of our lead forms, all of our, fence layouts, everything.
I need my little halo on top of my head.
Does that mean I need to put on my horns?
About what the fence show is all about. And, I stuck around because I got a great group of amazing women.
You're talking about, millions and millions of dollars in a contract is not something that is, I guess, typical in the fence world, right?
Makes me jealous. Now I want a horse, Brian.
Hello.
Well, hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Go ahead, Andrea.
I want to say welcome to the Women of FWA podcast. We are here with Veronica with World Fence Federation and Desiree and Christopher Ansley with Ansley Staining and Exterior Works. And we're going to be talking in wood maintenance.
Andrea, think you might be cutting out just a tad.
Awesome.
But we're going to wing it because that's what we do. So hopefully my internet's good. So Desiree and Christopher, I'm so excited to have them on the show today. So tell us a little bit about you guys. Tell us how you came to be a part of this Women of FWA Live.
I needed to nurse my baby at the fence show, and I happened to sit down and meet the coolest people at the fence show inadvertently.
Yeah. I love that. So that was your guys' first fence trade show, correct? That was the first ever?
Yes. Yeah, ever.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
that's the one we chose.
I love that. It was a good one.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
Ansley Staining and Exterior. How did this happen? How long have you guys been in business? Tell us about this adventure that you guys decided to go on.
Do you want me to go or you go?
Go ahead.
Okay. So I went in the solar industry after the Marine Corps, and I did that for a while and I enjoyed it. But when COVID hit, I lost my job and started out doing everything, right? Handyman. And I didn't like it. I realized that I'm going to go back to my roots. And when I was 18, I had started my own staining company with a friend. Didn't work out. with that friend specifically, but I took a lot of knowledge from that experience. And as soon as I had the opportunity, we made it our niche.
So what happened, actually, it was in the face of adversity. We just had our first baby, bought our first house, moved back to Texas out of living out of state, and he just returned to his roots. So he was doing fencing and decking and everything, and I said, let's narrow it down. And he was very passionate about fencing. And during COVID, there was all of these fly-by-night fencers.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the biggest thing that we saw was just the crappy builds. And so he poured his heart into that. And we came across Expert Stain. So he had tried all stains across the board. And he fell in love with this product and showed it to me. And I was, having kids, we love the super low VOC. We're all about that. And we know how much goes into a fence install. Why are you going to spend thousands of dollars on these beautiful cedar installs and then just slap on Ready Seal? It's kind of pointless. So that's why we chose to go with the staining niche. But now we're actually thinking of doing like a side like Ansley fence because that's our bread and butter.
Yeah.
Sounds like that fence bug got you guys, whether if it's the fence bug or
well, big part of the reason why I actually kept doing this, right? Because it was only supposed to be temporary until I got another project management job with another solar company, were the amount of customers that were getting, in other words, like screwed over by contractors during COVID. They'd get deposits and then never show up, or if they started it, they wouldn't finish it, and that was happening everywhere.
So even though staining is the name, fencing is the game is one of our mottos. Yeah. We have custom fencing on our truck.
I love that.
Yeah.
Love that. So as far as in the fencing world, do you guys specialize in mostly just cedar, or what do you guys, as far as fence material, what's your number one?
I would say cedar's number one.
But we love composite.
We love composite. We love the longevity of composite, and it's more expensive, but it's a custom, more geared toward custom fencing, right? So
wrought iron, branch style.
Yeah. But I would say the majority would be cedar, and then probably composite and ranching after that. Yeah.
I love that. So you mentioned finding a product that you fell in love with and that you're just like, hey, this is really going to drive me to that. Yeah. So Expert's it, huh?
Yeah, yes. Absolutely.
We love that super low VOC. It's easy to apply. It's mostly pigment and oil. And it doesn't have that very harsh chemical smell like that some of the other stain brands have. But I mean, if there's a customer that says we want Sherwin-Williams, we want this, customer is always right. So
yeah, we
do
adapt,
what they want.
But we always suggest.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of pre-staining, and that's one of like our niches, I guess, for our builds.
Yeah, we have their pre-stain machine.
So we run all the pickets. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. We run all the pickets 2x4s, and we typically only use metal posts, but off chance that we're using a wood post, and we would pre-stain that as well.
I cringe just, I think a lot of it in this industry is really educating your customers. And showing them, using those other brands of stain on a piece that you've got sitting outside for 2 years or for whatever length of time, and being able to show them that, yes, one is more expensive than the other, but you also get what you pay for. I always use the analogy that, cheap tattoos aren't good and good tattoos aren't cheap. So why would you do the same thing on your fence that you're counting on for security and for property value and one less thing for you to worry about going through life, because life is hectic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're big on wood care, not just slapping stain on. If it's an older fence, we like to do the clean and brighten system, and we don't use bleach. We use the 2-chemical process.
Metastatic acid and oxalic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a soft wash system. Essentially, it removes all the old dirt, grime, and bad fibers, and then colorizes the.
I like the analogy. I'm an artist. Think of a canvas. If you start with something gray versus white, what is the pigment going to look better on?
Right.
So, you can do that. It's a more cost efficient route. But if you want the longevity and wood care restoration, that's what we try and tell our customers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we offer them both like a more cost efficient route, but also like this is what's best for your fence.
So the good, better, best system, which I absolutely love offering to customers when I was with the installation organization, being able to offer like absolutely like this may be in your budget, but you have these options for just this much more. And this is the warranty, or this is the longevity, or this is, and again, giving yourself a platform to not only to upsell, but to educate your customers is really what it comes back down to. Okay, so I have a question. So Miss Smith has you come out. She's had a fence. She thinks it just needs to be stained. But there's some boards in there that are just absolutely shot and cracked, and you can't restore those particular. Yeah. I'm assuming there's a process to replace certain fence pickets and then be able to stain them so it blends in.
Yeah. So with Expert Stain and Seal, they offer a semi-solid option. That's the best if you're going to be, a mix of different color. Even, left fence is newer than the right fence, right? It'll at least blend everything a lot cleaner and easier, right? Because of that higher pigment count, it'll cover all the imperfections a lot easier. And then we also do our repairs, right?
And if it's only a couple of boards, he usually does it complimentary to the customer.
Oh, I love that.
That's awesome.
But the semi-solid is a game changer. There's not very many other products that offer that. And if they do offer that, it's typically a water-based or polyurethane-based stain. I personally don't like those because they're film forming and they chip and peel as they age. It's harder for them to look natural as you're reapplying the stain over the years, right?
And you can still see some of the wood grain. It's not fully coated.
Yeah.
It is fully coated, but it's not a Band-Aid.
It's not like house paint. This going out there with the latex paint that's going to peel off. Evan Gardner, what's your favorite stain color bestseller?
My favorite.
Those are going to be two different answers for sure.
Usually are.
Especially like per state. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I want to hear what yours are.
My favorite's mahogany and sable. Two drastically different colors. Sable's like super brown, right? I believe probably that one right here, or close to it. And then mahogany is a super rich red, very vibrant, right? But the reason I like sable so much is because it covers so much. So if it's an older fence, already I'm like sable all the way.
Mine would be mahogany because it's very rich and it's really pretty. But then also pecan.
Yeah.
Ooh. Which is, I'm pretty sure, the state nut.
Yeah.
Of Texas.
Yeah. It's one of those popular colors for sure. Yeah.
I'm glad you clarified of Texas, because if we were just going to talk about the state nut, there's some in this industry that are a little.
Yeah.
Pecans are a big deal. It's a very popular color. I love it. I think it's great.
I love that. So love hearing y'all's point of view coming from the chain link world. It's so interesting to learn about other types of fence, which is absolutely. So Michaela and Andrew, the High Point team, specialized in chain link. I've got experience, my history throughout the years with all of the different types of style of fence, but cedar's one that the more you get into it and the different variations and the different places in the country, it's really a staple of our industry. And yes, there's a bunch of other ones, but it's, you really come back down to it. And a lot of residential neighborhoods, even still today, go into, having cedar fence for numerous reasons.
Even if it's just partial and they have all wrought iron, because a lot of the hill country, they want to be able to see the view. But they still want privacy on the side and then see the back green belt.
So those are actually one of my favorite fences to build. They always come out looking amazing. The wrought iron aesthetic with the, cedar.
Evan said chestnut. That's a really popular color too.
Really?
Yeah. Chestnut, pecan, mahogany. I love a lot of them though.
Yeah. They all look good.
So I actually did.
We actually don't like this. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. You don't like the what?
Clear.
Yeah.
Clear.
Yeah.
Well, so
weird.
A little knowledge real quick. So clear coats don't have any UV protection. So, and that's typically what will turn the fence gray, right? So no UV protection over time, that fence is going to turn gray, even if you keep reapplying the clear coat.
Yeah, and the reapplication process is generically once a year.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Every year.
What would be the point of putting clear on it then? It seems like it would kind of be a little...
A lot of customers say they want that natural wood grain finish, but they don't understand if it's a semi-transparent, they're still going to get the wood grain with the UV protection. And like you said earlier, a lot of it's just educating the customers on what works.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of them don't know. They just think it's going to stay clear. It's going to stay that original look of the first build forever. But no.
Yeah, I never suggest
it. Never. We won't even stock it. So we have a whole few shelves that we stock our stain with, and we never pre-order any clear coats. So
I don't blame you there. Plus, if it's not in stock, you're like, oh look, 6 to 8 weeks out. Sorry.
I will try and talk the customer off a ledge. I'm like, it's not worth it. You're going to be spending more money over time. So
absolutely. What are some trends that you're seeing lately? And let's just say in the last 2 years, what are some trends that you're seeing with your customers that are in regards to the services and what they're looking for?
I think composite starting to take off a little more.
We've gotten some requests for vinyl.
Vinyl doesn't seem to be very popular here.
Yeah. Everybody has the assumption that it's going to melt in the sun because it's Texas, right?
They also have inserts for those darker colors, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We actually we stepped in on a vinyl class actually, so we're not opposed to at least offering it for people that want it. So, but yeah, we haven't done one yet. But yeah, so probably composite.
The wrought iron with the cedar,
mm-hmm.
the combo fences.
Yeah.
I think that in general in the industry, we are seeing a lot of that. Even in the vinyl worlds, you know, 2 different colors or having that contrast or having that difference. I can tell you that in my time in the industry, that's definitely something that we see more and more and more and more a part of, which is cool. People are getting creative.
Yeah.
Not only the installers
too. Those are really popular.
Those are my favorite.
Absolutely. So I did some digging on you guys. And if you're not nervous before, like, this is where you should be nervous. If Andrew was to say this, you'd be all right. But it's so
awesome.
we'll start out a little easy. Your guys' reviews that I found online are absolutely out of this world great.
Oh, really?
And we're talking like Bird Eye and, you know, some of those that most people don't gravitate towards, you know, like obviously Google reviews are super important and Facebook reviews are super important. But like, what's your secret? Are you paying your customers to give you good reviews?
Can I say it for you?
I don't know what you're going to say.
So
he doesn't leave a job unfinished.
Yeah.
If a customer is unhappy, if something went wrong, if there was a mistake made, he will do what he can to fix it.
Yeah.
And in this business, like if we're training a new guy and he accidentally got, like he's learning, there's been, he'll teach him like, get the ZEP out, don't leave that there, or this or that, or like the number one priority is in our minds, what we try and teach the guys, and like for us, is treat these customers' homes as your own.
Yeah.
Tape up the job properly. There's a lot of white stone. There's a lot of turf. There's a lot of like our target audience, and we sell on because this stain is not as cheap as something Ready Seal or that you're gonna find at Lowe's or Home Depot. It's a higher end product. So our market is the higher end homes, and just in order to treat these homes like our own and take care of them, and I think because he's a veteran and he connects a lot with the customers, just on his whole story with ending up in Wounded Warrior and having to like pivot his career of his lifelong dream of being in the Marine Corps. And so we live near San Antonio, like 30 minutes away, and this is Military City, USA. And so customer service and following up and being able to relate to veterans and genuinely care, like, hey, we got in this business for a reason, to take care of customers and fill a need, not just throw up a fence. Like, we believed in it so much that we literally put our name on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that.
Speaking of which, Mary Cobb wants to know, what do your fence signs look like?
Well, I went up to the JC Gurry area at the fence show, and I've been waiting on an email back from their design guy. I gave him a bunch of ideas. We are a smaller business, so when we first started, I'm going to be honest, we couldn't afford it. We got this 2,500 square foot warehouse this year. We have like, we're living the dream, and we're not. I don't feel like we're living the dream yet, but this was our dream 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's a huge accomplishment to hit those milestones. So, we're going to get on those, Mary.
Absolutely. I do want to say this, Christopher, thank you for your service. We actually had the chance to talk to you at the fence show and hear your story and about you going from being in the service, and then there was a bunch of health issues, and that miraculously, you got through. Absolutely. Which is really just a cool story. And then I'm going to piggyback on what Desiree, what you just said is, we're living the dream right now of what our dream was 3 years ago. And that point just keeps moving, then you're like, oh, okay, well, now that's not, now we're there. So let's keep growing. Let's keep moving. Let's keep doing this. Which is really a cool thing. And Christopher, you have kind of a different outlook on life, and providing for your family. I don't know if you want to kind of get into it. Give us a real quick glimpse for those that don't know.
So I joined the Marine Corps a little late. I turned 26 in boot camp, right? I never thought I would get in. I was told since I was little that I had scoliosis, so I figured I would get, just found that out in like MEPS or something, and I wouldn't go through. But you know what? I decided to try anyway. We got in. I got in, and it was amazing. I ended up loving it, right? Boot camp was crazy. It's a very strong mental test, right? But once I got past boot camp, my first duty station was Hawaii. So that was amazing. So we get there, and I'm about 6 weeks away from my first deployment. It's a MU, so it's essentially I'd be on a ship for 6 months with multiple ports, which was cool to me. I'm like, all right, I'm going somewhere. Sorry. Anyway, so a week before, Desiree comes out, actually. First of all, we were best friends at that time. She came out and kissed me.
Yeah, we're best friends.
And then I married her 2 days later. So We didn't date. We just got married. And then a week before my first deployment, I got essentially diagnosed with melanoma. Stage 3 already. So they pulled me off straight into Wounded Warrior.
So you can imagine we got married, and 2 months later he was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer.
Yeah.
And I go out to the island, and we went from cloud 9 to this is real. And he's lucky I had an EMT and fire background because his family is on the mainland, and I'm there. I'm taking care of him, surgeries, wound care, where they dug out and like a hole this big in his foot and this deep. It looked like sushi.
Oh my gosh.
So it was amazing. She was there to provide and help during that time frame. It was like God was setting it up, right? And then we had multiple scares that it was stage 4. And every time we would pray, and it would disappear when they would go in to do the biopsy, literally 5-6 times in a row.
Or they couldn't explain what it was once they did the biopsy.
To me, that was all, a sign. And the way they found it also, because I rolled my ankle right before Desiree came to visit me, and that's actually how they found the spot on my foot. If I hadn't have rolled my ankle, they told me it was BRAF positive. It was such an aggressive form that I wouldn't have made it back from deployment. And if I did, it would have been too late. So,
oh my goodness.
Wow.
Pretty crazy.
What a story.
Yep. So I use that honestly as a testament, and I, yeah.
Don't ruin sushi for me.
Girl, I love sushi too. That's one of my favorites.
It made me want sushi, actually. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, it's a good, I'm able to use that testimony with my customers. I'll let them typically break the ice, and then,
And he'll share if they open it. And it's crazy because after he got out of the Marine Corps, it sounds so cheesy, but he was so passionate about it. He said, I'm going to join a solar company. And then he did government and commercial solar projects all across the area.
I'm going to use what tried to kill me and harness the power for good is what I would say. But
that's quite a story. So we've got a few more minutes left. And so I've got one more question for you guys. So somebody's out there, they're watching this video, and they're thinking about starting, this kind of company, with their spouse and their significant other, which I'm sure you guys have had, your trials and tribulations outside of everything personally, but in the business. What would be your number one piece of advice that you would give them coming into this or thinking this is what they want to do?
Find your niche. Find your target audience, your customer base that is going to fit your niche, right? And stay organized. That's my best.
Mine would be you have to be genuinely passionate about the products, because if you're not, people can read you, and having a family of our own, we love that. Expert is super low VOC. But
what about working together? What's your piece of advice, as far as Desiree's face is great, because Andrea and we're married to people in the industry too. So what would be that piece of advice, right? That, your husband wants to do this and you got to get through it. What's that one piece of advice?
I will just say this. COVID really pushed us. We almost were on the brink of divorce. It was really hard. And I prayed about it, and God was like, just wait. And I thought, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. What am I going to do? I had marketing experience. I had social media experience. I had the knowledge. I prayed about it, and he's like, just wait. Like, okay, God. So I did, and I don't think Ansley Stating would be what it is today if we didn't partner up and work as a team. Definitely. And honestly, I give credit to God on that, because he's led us to where we are. There's no way, especially with the marketing, I pray about it, and I'm like, we are the first entrepreneurs in both guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a really hard learning curve, and like having to pivot. I mean, it's not easy. Like you literally have to.
4 kids in tow.
Yeah, 5 and under. It's absolutely crazy. My motto is babies, business, bedtime, repeat. Like I don't sleep. I'm just kidding. But there's some days it's like, I'm just gonna be honest, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And we go to sleep, and the next day we're like, okay, we're gonna try over again. We're gonna team up. What are we gonna tackle?
If I would say.
And then we reset our batteries at church because that reels us in.
But specifically as like a couple, I heard this and I'm still trying to attain and use it properly, but I thought it was really good. So essentially have a different hat for literally, even physically, a work hat, the way you discuss things with your wife at work. And then a home hat.
You are such a liar. I walked in the office and you slapped my butt. Yeah, and I say I'm going to call you.
I said I am trying to attain that.
And I said, honey, not in front of the crew. Knock it off. We already have 4 kids. Go away.
You're like,
that's something I'm trying to work on daily.
Sexual harassment in the workplace, Christopher.
Dang it. We need to have those videos more often, I guess.
Yeah. So I actually love that. I'm all for, flirting with each other and keeping it real and light during the day because you have to. Like it gets too crazy not to. James and I, we have the rule that there's 30 minutes after we get home. You got 30 minutes to get it out, to talk about it, to be, to get on the same page or to vent or whatever. And then after that 30 minutes is up, then it's us personally. And sometimes we both need those reminders. Sometimes in the middle of a Saturday, I'll bring up something to do in the fence world, or he'll bring it up and we're like, wait a minute, we're not fence people right now. We're us. And it's really easy to let it, kind of consume you. So
yeah, absolutely.
We're out of time. I want to say thank you.
One more question though.
Oh, Andrew's going to chime in.
I want to know what's next for Ansley Staining. What you got coming, your expansion, new services, deeper community involvement, any of that. I want to know.
We have we're going
to launch something spring of 2026.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
So
that's all we get.
Included. Yeah. And we're really excited about it. Like I could not sleep. Awesome. I was like dreaming up game plans. So, like this is crazy.
So V, part 2.
Yes.
In the spring of 2026.
So when you make this announcement and you guys launch it, are you willing to come back onto Women of FWA's live with Andrea and I and maybe a couple of the other ladies and let the cat out of the bag on our podcast? When you guys are ready.
Oh, before?
Yeah, absolutely.
Love that. I want to say thank you guys. You guys have been truly an inspiration for us when we met at the Fun Show. Desiree, you and I had a chance to just sit down on the couch and talk about all things from being a mom to operations and execution in the fence world. Christopher, you and I had a chance to sit down and your journey and your military service and all of this. And I will tell you that I feel like you guys filled my cup more than I could ever imagine to fill yours. And so I want to say thank you for that.
I would say the same thing about you guys, honestly.
Yeah. You guys relit our fire coming back home. And just by chance meeting you and Yadira and Andrea and Michaela, I'm like, how did we get so lucky? This is so cool to meet our people who get it. And have been in the industry. I didn't even know this existed. And there's a whole support system. So you guys are a blessing. And thank you for having us on here as well, Veronica and Andrea.
Absolutely.
Thank you. You guys here. Have a fantastic evening. We're going to go ahead and pencil you in the spring. So when you let the cat out of the bag, it's on our show.
Right.
And we'll definitely have you guys on again, talk about some more of the family dynamic and talk about some of the struggles and how you balance it. It's definitely a big thing that we talk about on this page, as well as, the balance between, being a mom and working and supporting your husband and your spouse and the organization and how to balance it all. So we'll definitely have you guys both back. So thank you again.
Yeah.
Andrea, I love
great.
Seeing your face. Thank you. And everybody have a great evening.
You too.
Bye.